Okay guys, this is the double barrel Winchester blaster I bought from iHobby.com.au. They sent it through express shipping and it came overnight, which is right. I have no issue about that. This is the wood timber version of the Winchester M1894. It looks right and feels right when the orange plastic tip is removed. It looks almost like a real thing. However, my copy of the Winchester has a couple of issues. The first problem is the shells that shipped with the blaster has very sharp edges at the base. 7 out of 10 shells that I have very sharp edges. They are almost like razor sharp. They don't just scrape away the paint of the spring plate, but also shaved off parts of the metal spring plate. It looks like very well used, but actually I play for less than 10 minutes, so I have loaded about 5 to 6 times and shot about less than 100 shots altogether. I think the spring plate is made of aluminium, and every time a shell is loaded, it seems to scratch off some pieces of metal. Every time a shell is loaded, I can feel some aluminium dust on the plate itself. Even though iHobby technician says this is normal, I don't think so. If they told me earlier, then I would use sandpaper to sand the edges off, but it's too late now. Loading the shells from the top is not practical either, and I don't believe that using sandpaper to smooth the edges of the shells is the responsibility of the buyers. The second problem that I have with this blaster is the very tight CO2 chamber. I followed the instruction from the video on the listing page to load the CO2 canisters. After a couple of days, when the CO2 pressure is low, I open to reload and change the CO2 canisters. The CO2 canisters I used are just the standard 12G CO2 canisters, and they are very hard to come out because the chamber is so tight. I managed to get the first tank out, but the second one is still in there, and does not want to come out. I got online, also went to the local Tac Toys store to ask for advice, and I've tried so many different ways, and still the second canister does not come out. As you can see, this is a popular 12G canister CO2 canister tank, and it's very popular for blaster guns. It's not from a bike shop. Advised by the technician from iHobby, I recorded this video to show the type of CO2 canister that I used. The same one is stuck in the gun right now. Technician from iHobby store advised me to make a video to show the problem and also request for approval for return. I made this video just to show them, but also to help out those who would like to buy this gun. As you can see, I use different methods to try to get it out. So the first thing I used is a plastic with rubber coating antenna. I tried to wiggle it out, it didn't work, so I tried a different thing. And this one is a timber rod from a brush. So I tried to wiggle it out again, and it doesn't seem to have any effect on it at all. And now I try a metal rod with a flat head. Just try to loosen the tank from the chamber, the very tight chamber, and hopefully it will come out. I was hoping, and obviously it didn't work. The next thing I tried is to use some lubrication. This lube I bought from iHobby store as well. So I sprayed the chamber. Hopefully it lubricate and loosen the CO2 canister. And then use the metal rod with a flat head to try to move it, to loosen it. And obviously because it's so tight, the chamber is so tight, it doesn't work. The CO2 tank is still in there, no matter what I tried. In vain, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's a right looking blaster. It looks right, it feels right. I hope that this is just a bad copy with some faults. Yeah, iHobby sent it under express and it came so quick. I just hope that their after sale is good. I hope they can fix this. They can replace a different one for me, because the stretch plate is looking bad now and the canister doesn't come out. I hope that their service is good and they are honoring what they do. I will keep you updated with the progress. So let's hope they get this one fixed for me. I hope they can solve this for me. Finger crossed. Catch you later, guys. Bye now.